Hey guys, in this Supabase tutorial, I'm going to show it to you how you can add user into your Supabase database. At the same time, I'm going to give you some sort of pointers if do you really need to create additional or new table for your user. Now, it will really depends on how you want to structure your database or how you want to structure your user profiles. Now, to begin with, it's very easy for you to add a user into your database. It's already built in Supabase. If you go into the authentication option and user, you should have an easy option to add a user that has an auth feature into your database. Again, go into the authentication, go to the user, and then you have these options in here. You can either send an invitation, but the difference with the send an invitation, if I put in my email address in here, and I need to confirm the email from Supabase in order to make this user verified or confirmed. Otherwise, it will still keep inactive. Now, if you don't want to have that extra layer of confirmation, you can just straightly add them manually, add a user, and then you put in the email address of the user you want to add into application and the password. They can always reset it or reset their password if they want to. Click on create, and boom, having an email address and a password itself is already enough for you to have a working sign in or sign up feature into your app. Now, what if you wanted to have an extra additional information aside from an email address and a password? That's the time that you will need an extra table into your Supabase database. All right, and by the way, this fields in here, this user is also a table and it's already a preset in Supabase. You can access that into the table editor. And if you go into the auth, this one, auth, go into the user. This is the additional tables in here. Other are empty because it really depends. As you can see here, email verified because it's verified. Now, if I'm going to create, let's just create another account and invite someone. So I'm going to invite my other email address and invite user. And let's go back to the schema. Go to the table and go to the auth. That is the auth. This is the second email. This second email password. The password is not confirmed because we invited it. Email is still null compared to the first email, compared to the first user that we created. We invited it. This is empty because it's manual, but it's not yet confirmed. As you notice here, email verified is null or it's not confirmed. So that's the difference. Now, as I said, I need additional information from the user. Email address and password is not enough. I need to add extra, let's say gender or address and stuff for business policy purposes. So what you can do is you create a table into your database. So go into the table and then let's say, by the way, you can also change this one here. There are extra information, for example, on the role, authenticated, that's already authenticated. But yeah, you can add additional information in here. Other fields are disabled, cannot be edited. You can only edit fields that has a pencil icon in the user section. Let's say here, phone number, you can put in the phone number. Now, again, these fields, there's no gender fields in here. There's no address. There's no, I want to have additional information on top of the basic columns that Supabase created. So what you can do is you can create a table. So go in, I'm going to pick public table, and then we'll create a table, and we'll call this one profile users. And these are additional user profiles. additional user information. And then with the ID, I won't gonna be using a integer. What I'm gonna do is I will use a UUI, which is Universal Unified Identifier, because we're gonna be connecting this to our user table later. And then created from, created at, I think that's really important as well. Or you can delete that because there's already a created at in here. Yeah, there's already a created in here, so you can just delete that part, or I'll keep that for now. Then gender, we'll pick a text, and then I'll add birth date. It will be a date, and then I'm gonna add an age. Another will be a number, and maybe address. And this fields in here is not something available in the preset. As I said, these columns are created by Supabase already, so you cannot add columns. There's no option in here to add a columns. So you scroll down, yeah, you don't have an option to add columns. So address, and this would be text, and then we'll create, if I create public, so this, we don't need that. So I'm gonna hit saved. And oh yeah, you can also use username. And maybe I can add first name and last name as well. So as you notice here, there's no option to add columns. It's already preset. And in the public, you have a flexibility to add extra columns. So I'm gonna put another column here. Actually, okay, so we're gonna be adding another column. We'll add a first name, still a text, and then last name and the text. Should be an option to drag it. Oh, you cannot drag it. Okay, that's fine. I will just drag it in here. So I'm already good with the columns, additional information that I need. We're just gonna drag this one. It should be available to drag. Yeah, so we're gonna drag that here in the first name, and then also there. Okay. Now, if I'm gonna create a new user that will be connected in here, we can click insert and then click on, we can also import via CSV if we want to import bulk user or individually add user. Now, the problem with this really is in the ID section, this is not connected yet to the auth. So what are we gonna do is, say, let's just fill in the fields first. So, and then age would be that. Okay, that's my name. And then that one. Now we can also put the email address if we want to. But right now, the user is not connected to our account. It is creating its own user, but it's completely separate, or they are not connecting. So what we can do is we go into the, actually let me try to click the edit if there's an options to add foreign relation. Okay, it can only add, okay, you can click the auth and then go into the user, and then you can add foreign relationship there. You can do this option, or which is easier, that one, and then hit save, and then click Oh, I think it's because there's already an ID in here. There's already an ID saved. Okay, so what we're gonna do then is we go into the SQL user, and then we're gonna be altering the table public. What's the name of the public table? It's user, profile user. This profile user is the user that is a table that we created. This one, profile user. And then we wanted to add constant foreign key. We want to add a constant foreign key, which is the profile user, and then we add the ID foreign key, and then this foreign key we want to get the ID and then reference it to the auth user, which is the ID, and we want to delete the cascade. So basically we want to alter the profile user, and then we want to add a foreign key into the ID user, and then this foreign key ID should reference from the auth user with this one. Okay, so we're gonna run this. Then once we run, okay, it failed because we just created it and it's generate an account, so we'll generate a random UID, so we're just gonna delete that for now and then run. And when we create a new account, let's just refresh it for now. And when we create, it already have this pencil icon in here that you can select. This thing in here is connected to the user, that one, and then you pick it up. There's also other option. I mean, this option can be also okay, like you can also use this if you want. It's you can see here there's already an automatic what we've done in here is just similar to this foreign key. So we're pulling the profile, we're creating a foreign key, just this one, and then in relation to the auth. What we've done in here again is just similar in there, but don't create a user first, because it's gonna generate a standalone ID and it's gonna give us an error. But right now when we create user, it should be fine. We can just easily select the user in here. So female, and then my name, and then saved, and it won't gonna give us an error. So yeah, that's how it works. I hope it helps, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you and have a great day.